Hello and welcome back. I'd like to end this section by discussing update sets and plugins. Update sets are used to record most customizations and configurations. Most being the key word here. If you are ever in doubt, I highly recommend going to ServiceNow's documentation and verifying what gets captured and what doesn't get captured. Update sets are used for moving changes from instances. So if you created changes in, say, the development instance, and you would like to push these changes to your production instance, you could do this by using update sets. At the end of the day, almost everything inside of ServiceNow is stored as a record in a table. If you modified a business rule or client script, you are really just modifying the business rule or client script record. Update sets are XML snapshots of the last record modified. So if we were modifying a business rule, the update set would just contain the most recently modified business rule record in XML format the system can understand. Update sets also have versions, and you can merge two or more update sets into one. If two update sets have modified the same record, and you merge those two update sets, the merged update set will contain the last modified record. When you load an update set, say to a production instance, you can preview the update before committing the update set. This will catch the majority of issues if they arise. Now let's discuss what is captured and not captured in update sets. Customizations previously discussed in this section, such as client scripts, business rules, and UI policies, are captured in update sets. Tables and fields are captured, reports and workflows are captured, and form modifications are captured. So what is not captured? Well, data is not captured. New incidents, new problems, new users, new groups, all of these are not captured. New CIs are not captured in the CMDB, and schedules are not captured. Again, if you are ever hesitant on what is captured or not, I recommend viewing the ServiceNow documentation. Now we'll take a look at update sets within ServiceNow. Alright, so here we are in ServiceNow. We'll start by clicking the gear icon in the top right corner of the banner frame. And if we scroll down, we see the Update Set section. This allows us to select an update set to capture the work we do. So whatever we select, that update set will start recording, if you will, the changes that we make. We'll keep it on default for now, and we'll click the information icon. This will take us into the update set record. We can see the name field and the state is in progress. At the bottom under the related lists under customer updates, we see 4 updates to records which correlate to the updates we've made within the system. Let's go into the first record, and under the type field, we see that this is a business rule. In the payload field, we see the raw XML of the record. This contains all of the fields of this specific business rules record, such as the SysID and the name of the business rule. Down at the bottom, we see an update set field. This allows us to change the update set that this particular change is a part of. So if we wanted to, we could drop this change into a different update set. This can be very useful if you had the wrong update set selected when making changes, or you would just like to split up update sets. We can also click the Compare to Current UI action. This will bring up a pop-up box which compares the record in the update set to the current identical record in ServiceNow. Now, this is the current record, so there shouldn't be any changes here. But we can see it compares all of the fields as well as the script field at the bottom. If we made a modification in the script, it would highlight those changes for us. This can be very useful when working with different versions of the same record. If we type in update in the application navigator, we see the System Update Sets application with 6 modules in it. If we click on Local Update Sets, this will show us all of the current update sets in this instance. If we click the New button, we will be taken to a new update set form view. Here we'll provide a name for the update set and click the Submit and Make Current button. This will create the update set and make it the currently selected update set automatically. So now if we were to make any changes in the system, they would get captured in this update set. Let's click the gear icon again and scroll down to the update set section. We can see that this is our newly created update set. Now let's make a change. Let's navigate to the UI policy we created earlier in the incident application. We'll now mark this UI policy as active and update the record. Now if we go back into the update set, we see there is a new record in the related customer update list. If we go into this record, we can see that it is a UI policy and we see the raw XML of the UI policy record in the payload field. We can compare to current version, which will be the same, and now we can mark the update set to complete. When an update set is marked complete, it will no longer capture changes, and the system will automatically set our update set to a default update set. It's also important to note that the update set must be in the complete state in order to move it to another instance. Now let's go into the Update Sources module. This is where you would provide the instance information in order to transfer an update set from another instance. For example, if we were in our production environment and would like to retrieve the update sets from our development environment, we would come here and create a new record. In this new record, we would provide a name such as development. We would provide the development URL as well as a username and password. Then, once this record is saved, there would be a UI action in the Related Links section to retrieve completed update sets. If we clicked that link, the production environment will ping the development environment and retrieve all completed update sets. Once those have been retrieved, we can go into a specific update set, preview the update set, and finally commit the update set. The retrieved update sets shows all of the update sets that have been retrieved from another instance. The update log is important when viewing the logs of previously previewed or committed update sets. And finally, we have our local update sets, which are update sets stored within the instance. Now we'll talk about merging update sets. If we go into our local update sets and scroll to the bottom, we can click the Merge Update Sets link. In order to merge update sets, we'll use the condition builder to build out a filter so we only have left the update sets we'd like to merge into a new update set. It's a little confusing, and I wish ServiceNow made this a little more user-friendly. But for the time being, this is how we have to do it. For the purposes of this example, we would like to merge the 101 admin update set with our default update set. We'll go into the condition builder, choose and select name contains 101 or the name contains default. We'll talk more about application scope later on in this course, but for now we'll just filter by global. We'll go down to default 2 and filter that out. Now we are left with the two update sets we would like to merge into one. Next, we'll select the Merge button, and this will create a new update set called Merged Set, which holds all of the changes from both update sets. This brings us to our last topic in Section 4, plugins. Plugins provide additional functionality to an instance. They can be activated at any point in time, but may require additional subscriptions, such as the discovery or orchestration plugins. ServiceNow provides hundreds of different plugins, and it can be very beneficial to go through the list and read the descriptions of these plugins. The majority of plugins have a load demo data option, which can be very helpful if you aren't familiar with how the new application works. Let's take a quick look at plugins inside of ServiceNow. We'll start by typing in plugins in the application navigator and select plugins under the system definition application. We're taken into a list of over 300 plugins that shows the name of the plugin, the version, the status, which shows if it's active or inactive, and an ID. Let's say we would like to activate the project management plugin. We'll click the magnifying glass and search the name field using a contains project query. We'll select the first plugin, project management. This page shows us information about the specific plugin. We see a link which takes us to the ServiceNow documentation. It shows us any dependencies of this plugin and shows us a nice description as well. It also shows if the plugin offers demo data and the plugin's current status. Now, to activate the plugin, we'll click the Activate/Update and the related links. This will show a pop-up box, and this pop-up box gives a short description and shows the dependencies this plugin requires. Now, the ones in red show plugins that are not currently active. However, the system will go ahead and activate those plugins for us. We'll select the Load Demo Data and click Activate. Depending on the plugin and the number of plugins it installs, this can take several minutes. Once the plugin installs, we see an option to view the logs, view plugin list, and close and reload the form. We'll go ahead and close and reload the form. And now under the related lists, we can see there are thousands of logs as well as plugin files it installed. So this was a pretty beefy plugin. Now when we type project in the application navigator, we can see there is a project application with several modules in it as well. We'll go ahead and click all under the project section, and since we loaded the demo data, we can see a project here. We'll go ahead and navigate into this record. The project application is very powerful. However, we do not cover it in this course. Let's go back to the plugins and find the project plugin again. And now we see that it is active. That concludes section 4. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for section 5.